Hey everyone, and welcome. In this explainer, we're jumping right into Unit 2 of your English book, and it's all about something that's, well, pretty life-changing, education. And believe me, this isn't just another chapter. This is about stuff that connects directly to your life, right now, and to your future.
So here's the game plan for this unit. We'll kick things off with why education is such a big deal, and then we'll dive into two really inspiring stories. After that, we'll unpack the big ideas, get a handle on some language skills, work on our exam strategies, and then we'll wrap it all up by connecting everything back to, you guessed it, your own journey.
First up, the power of education. This whole section is really designed to make you stop and think about your own path, and the real reason you're heading to school every day.
So let's start with the big one, the central question of this entire unit. And it's not just for an exam. This is a question about life. Why do we even do this? What's the point of education? What does it really give us?
Instead of just giving you some boring textbook definition, this unit shows you the answer through the lives of real people. We're about to see how education is way more than just books and grades. It's about struggle, it's about big dreams, and it's a journey that can totally transform a person's life. Okay, now let's get to the heart of it. We're going to meet two really remarkable people. These are individuals who understood just how valuable education was. So much so that they were willing to face what seemed like impossible odds, just for the chance to learn. First up, we have Booker T. Washington. Picture this. He's a young boy working in a coal mine, and he overhears two miners talking about a school. And bam, just like that, a dream was sparked. He decided right then and there that he was going, even though it was 500 miles away and he had literally no money. I mean, his journey was just unbelievable. That one conversation lit a fire in him. He walked, he begged for rides, and at one point he even had to sleep under a sidewalk because he ran out of money. But, getting there, that was only half the battle. His biggest test was actually still to come. And this is where the story gets really powerful. The head teacher wasn't sure if he deserved a spot, so she gave him a kind of strange entrance exam. She told him to sweep a room. And so he did. He swept it 3 times and dusted it 4 times. See, his real test, it wasn't about math or history. It was a test of his character, his hard work, and his sheer will to succeed. Okay, so then we jump to a totally different part of the world, and we meet Babar Ali. Now, he's a student himself, but when his own school day is over, he doesn't just go home and chill. He becomes a headmaster, running his own school in his backyard for hundreds of kids who are too poor to go to a regular school. Every single day, he shares what he just learned. It's amazing. So these aren't just cool stories to read, right? They are absolutely packed with powerful ideas. So let's take a minute to unpack the key lessons that we can learn from them. So what can we take away from this? What does it actually take to succeed? Well, it turns out it's not just about being the smartest kid in class. It's about being hardworking, being honest, and having a real hunger to learn. Just like Booker T. Washington showed us, that's the stuff that really opens doors for you. This unit also brings up a really important idea for today's world: inclusive education. It's all about making sure that schools are places where every single student, no matter who they are or what their abilities are, feels like they belong and gets the support they need to do their best. And what's super useful here is that the unit doesn't just tell you what to think. It teaches you how to think. It encourages you to debate things. By looking at both sides of an argument, like for and against the Right to Education Act, you learn to see issues from different angles. And trust me, that's a huge skill to have, not just for your exams, but for life. All right, so to talk about all these big ideas, you need the right tools, right? And in an English class, your tools are the words you use. And that's what this next part is all about, sharpening up your language skills. Okay, you're going to want to pay close attention to these phrases from the texts. When you really get that to be on fire means to be excited or that you can work out a cost, it just takes your understanding to a whole new level. These little details help you use English better, and that can make a huge difference when it comes to your grades. Okay, so we've got all this inspiration, all this knowledge, but how do you actually turn that into good marks on your exam, right? Well, this unit is basically built to help you do exactly that. Seriously, everything you need to practice is packed right into this unit. You'll get to work on comprehension questions, writing tasks like articles, and even speaking activities like debates to really build your confidence. So whatever you do, don't skip these exercises. Think of them as your training ground for the real thing. All right, let's zoom out for a second. Let's connect all these dots back to the most important story of all, which is your story. It's time to think about what all these lessons really mean for your future.
Look, if you only remember a few things from this whole unit, make it these 4 points. First, from Booker T. Washington, we learned that hard work and never giving up, perseverance, it really does pay off. From Babar Ali, we see that education is a gift that should be for everyone. And maybe most importantly, just like Booker proved his worth with a broom, remember that your character is your real strength. And finally, all those language exercises remind us that your skills, those are the tools you're going to use to build your future. So, as we wrap this up, I really want to leave you with this question. The choices you make in school right now, the effort you put in, the kind of person you decide to be, these are all dots you're placing on the map of your life. And just like the inspiring people we've read about, if you stay determined, one day you'll look back and see that you've connected them all into this amazing picture of your dreams. You've got this. Keep going.